about acne, commonly called pimples, which is a very common skin condition we see every day in our practice. Not just teenagers come to us with acne. These days a lot of adulthood acne or middle-aged acne is what we see in our clinics. So I'll be just briefly discussing why do we see acne and what are the causes responsible. So acne is basically an infection or an inflammation of the oil glands or the sebaceous glands which produce sebum, and they are located deep in the skin. Now this sebum is a kind of food for the bacteria called Propionibacteria. It attracts the bacteria towards it, and this gland starts producing, the sebum is eaten by the bacteria, and a lot of inflammation is produced which blocks the skin pores. So once the pores get blocked, sebum gets collected inside and the bacteria are trapped, the bacterial products are trapped. That gives rise to blockage of the skin pores, and that is what is known as acne. Acne could be in the form of just red raised lesions which are called papules, or they could be in the form of pus-filled lesions called pustules, or they could even be in the form of comedones, blackheads and whiteheads. So what are the main causes of acne? So acne could be because of improper use of products. If you are using too oily products which are blocking the skin pores, which are non-comedogenic in nature, these can cause acne. Environmental pollution can cause acne. There are certain medications which you use, like something like antibiotics which you have been using for a long time, oral steroids if you are on for particular reason, if you are using them, or even if you are applying creams like topical steroids, they can also give rise to acne. So another very important reason why we see acne in our practice these days is because of the hormonal changes, particularly in females, which is also known as a condition called hyperandrogenism. That means there is excessive production of androgens, which are more masculine type of hormones not required by the female body. Either there is more production of these hormones, or there is more sensitivity of the skin tissues to these hormones. That means these hormones produce more effect on these skin tissues, giving rise to acne. So how do we diagnose that a patient is having hyperandrogenism? Either she will be having more facial hair, or she will be putting on weight, or she will be losing hair, or she might have dandruff, she might have certain masculine features, or everything is alright, it's just the resistant acne which is not responding to the conventional treatment. Sometimes we do get some investigations done in such cases, such as an ultrasound lower abdomen and certain blood tests, which may or may not reveal features suggestive of hyperandrogenism. So then it's more of a clinical diagnosis कि पेशेंट को वाकई हार्मोनल इशू है कि नहीं है, और ये हार्मोन्स डिस्टर्ब क्यों होते हैं? इट्स प्रीडोमिनेटली बिकॉज ऑफ योर लाइफस्टाइल. दैट मीन्स इफ यू आर नॉट एक्सरसाइजिंग, और यू आर not sleeping well on time, or you're overburdened, then these are the reasons which could be giving rise to these hormonal changes, and you might develop these kind of acne. This is also in fact a reason for the adult onset acne or the middle-aged acne as we see these days. So we should treat the acne as early as possible, number one, so that they do not produce any scars. Never prick on your acne because that produces a condition called acne excori. फिर वो जो उसके निशान होते हैं वो लंबे समय तक नहीं जाते. So please don't prick them. Then use the right products as suggested by your doctor, dermatologist, because if you are not using the right kind of products can also give rise to acne. Sometimes certain home products, home remedies which your friends might be suggesting you, can give rise to rather more acne and associated scarring. So please refrain from using that. Then do not use oil on your scalp. because that can also give rise to dandruff and acne both. If at all you want to use oiling, do it just half an hour before shampooing and then wash off. Do not prick your acne, I just discussed, and do not over steam your face, right? If you are steaming your face repeatedly, again you might be blocking your skin pores. Then do not use aggressive scrubbing. If at all you want to scrub your face, do it just once in a month, because the cell cycle of the skin is like that, it's renewed every 30 days. So once in 30 days scrubbing is good enough. So these are some of the tips which I just suggested to you. Hope you find them useful. If you have any more questions, you can write to us or call us. Thanks for watching the video.